What is up, everybody? January 23rd, 2023. Want to hear a really funny story? Well, I'm going to tell you one, and I'm going to tell you one if you repost the room, we get some people in here. It is 10:15 at night. I just spent the last 30 minutes doing one of these. I said, I'm not going to go live. I look like shit. I'm tired. My voice is cranky. I'm not going to go live. I'll just record one because I've been trying to test some equipment and did 31 minutes, man. It was really good. No sound. No sound. 31 minutes. I wasted 31 of my life, and it was really good too. I'm going to try to replicate what I just did. I'm sure it will not be as genuine as they say in Lake Charles, Louisiana, but I probably do have a bit of better framework. And what I'm going to be talking about is I'm going to have to just one, tell you that I had an awesome event in Washington. I went to the Bitcoin conference, Bitcoin Ball. I was able to meet a unbelievable amount of people. Mental robot reboots in the room. Thank you very much. Let's hear it, Gary. Darius is in the house. Good to have you here, man. Dr. Andrew Hansen, Darius Poydras, and Bitcoin Bull, digital asset stockpile. Yeah, man. We're going to talk about that, okay? And I'm going to bounce around a little bit because I'm probably a little burnt out, and I just did 31 minutes on this subject. So, did Washington, went to the Bitcoin party. It was freaking awesome. Met some really, really wonderful people. Did not meet a couple of really beautiful women there that I did notice. I'm still alive. Oh my God. And Carrie brought a couple of people up from Tampa with me, two women, in fact, one both of them I do some business with, and I thought they would be really cool for each other to meet. So they really enjoyed meeting each other. She's going to probably get a job. One of them's going to get a job out of it. Okay, so what can I tell you? There's, I had a lot of different experiences with people. I never share what people did or didn't say, or the gossip stuff like that, or much less anything private or personal. But these are my observations. One of the observations is, and I think this is probably going to lead to my disappointment. My disappointment with with the club that I represent here, and the Bitcoin industry. I'm a little upset, and my upset is that one, I think, well, if I may, and I may be speaking to things I've heard instead of things I've actually seen, but and maybe over the last 4 years, I've just gotten a little starting to get irritated with some of this. But from the older people that are now disappointed, well, actually, this is the deal, okay? For you that have been micro managing, twiddling on Twitter and X, and being critical, being judgmental, making assumptions and then spreading those assumptions throughout a whole community. For instance, one of the things that people have never even considered that you could possibly go from fiat to then crypto to Bitcoin, and that Bitcoin would be the only thing considered. Furthermore, 30 people that I would meet in Washington had zero interest in Bitcoin. They don't care about Bitcoin. That's not what they're there for. Maybe 50 to 1. So my upset is when I'm hearing people go, oh my God, he didn't do Ross the first 12 seconds. Who cares? Okay. He claimed He's made it law, dude. There's two sexes on this in this country, male and female, and you can't change it. That's more important than Bitcoin. Excuse me, a fucking lot more important. And nobody saw that one coming. Okay, so could someone please be nice? Like for all you guys that are bitching at him, did anybody think, "Whoa, that was a big bone"? I didn't see that coming. Okay. Um, by the way, is it more or less important that we let out the J6ers than show our hand to the whole world as to what we are or not going to do relative to our financial system and our situation, or much less Bitcoin? What was it more important? I think it was that we actually now have claimed, and hopefully this doesn't come back to haunt us like 9/11 did. Um, but gangsters acting in crews are now, that's terrorism. I like that. That's a hell of a lot better than what the RICO rules have turned into. From what the RICO rules were initially designed, like in the 80s, for organized crime. Now last year, you had SEC using RICO, class action lawyers using RICO as just a general way to grab $10 million, $5 million here and there, just extortion. So for me, cutting down the fentanyl that's coming into this country, destroying the greatest parasites on the planet, the pharmaceutical companies, okay, and Fauci and any doctor, lawyer, lobbyist, CEO, COO, chief scientist, research scientist, board member of any pharmaceutical company. For me, Donald Trump has not done his job. Robert F. Kennedy hasn't done his job unless they all go down, okay? They all go down, and then we create a program to get this country lean, mean fighting machines again, okay? Sexy, testosterone off the charts. Our IQs are up. We should be like, you know, perfect specimens, okay? If we're going to be exceptional, I mean, not perfect, okay? We don't have to. But we don't need the vanity stuff, dude. We need some muscle. Okay? And we have so many cool tools today. So it's been 36 hours. The guy gets Ross out of prison. He does the J6ers, and you guys keep beating up on him. He hasn't announced the Federal Reserve, him taking over the Federal Reserve, and then you taking and then the Federal Reserve then taking over Bitcoin. That would be stupid. It would be stupid. So anybody criticizing this guy, if you haven't figured out, we finally have a general in the House that isn't going to share his strategy just because Bitcoiners want to know tomorrow morning. So your fucking bags can get pumped. I actually care about the United States more than I care about my bags. I'm quite certain. In fact, I think I'm one of the best Bitcoiners anyone on the planet knows. And the reason is I believe in Bitcoin enough not to be threatened like a little baby, like a little bitch, man. This guy's done everything he said he was going to do for us. He just appointed Cynthia Loomis to run the whole damn committee. Okay? I mean, you couldn't have asked for someone better. The last time you guys got hoodwinked, I heard you jerking off to Gary Gensler 4 years ago. Seriously, you guys were jacking off to Gary Gensler 4 years ago. Oh, look, he studied it. He knows it. Remember? Yeah. You guys maybe go get your tweets back, okay? Because I do remember it. So, look, I saw a family there that was able to work harder than I was through that event. Now, granted, they got brought and delivered everywhere. I'm not sure I could keep up with that pace. I mean, these people are really, they're on point. And I can't even keep up with the amount of actions that he has that he has done in a matter of 48 hours, for me, it's staggering. Okay. And the big one for me was, and if you guys are digging the space, there's 1,524 people in the room. It's exploding. Smash it out. Okay. Look, I'm just going to tell the truth. I like everyone. Okay. Hey, wait. Did I hear him say no CBDC today? Can somebody tell me, did I hear that? No CBDC. No CBDC. You guys were going apoplectic a year ago. There was debates on X about if the CBDCs came, it was going to be the mark of the fucking snake, and we would be all done. No CBDC. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much. Why don't we get a repost? Thank you very much, Donald Trump. We support no CBDCs while we have 13 states moving down the old game theory line of, hey, we're going to put Bitcoin on our reserve. Funny thing is, now he's going to California tomorrow. He hadn't said much about California, quite interestingly. But I think you're going to see that Donald Trump is going to turn. This is a huge opportunity for him. He's going to send in a team of people. That freaking fire be over in a week. We're going to get to the strategic reserve, and we're going to get to this. What's he calling it? Basically, Bitcoin bags. It's not Bitcoin bags. It's a difference between strategic reserve and strategic. Anyway, we'll get to it. Okay, so what else? What else did I want to say about this? Let's talk a little bit about the strategic reserve, and let me get rid of this virtual thing. Isn't too bad. This is a painting I did many years ago. I actually like that painting. Ran into Brad Garlinghouse 3 or 4 times in Washington. He seems like a nice guy. Met chief legal counsel. Spent quite a bit of time with the CEO and some of the board members of Mara. The more I spend time with Fred, the more I like him. Not that I didn't like him before, I just didn't know him. Him and his wife were really lovely. They were kind enough to buy me, I think, a drink and a dessert. Yeah, I remember he and I were like, we can't get a good dessert at this restaurant. So we're gonna talk about POTUS, and we're gonna talk about. I see comments sometimes. Some from some intelligent people that are like, I don't think they really know that they're just extreme racists. People that really are almost racial against boomers. The way that sometimes y'all talk about boomers, to me is like really, it's massively disrespectful, actually. Now maybe that's just what I'm on to right now. I'm getting critical of my own team, and I wish you guys would just grow up. And he told us he was going to release the JFK files. He's done that. And he never, by the way, said, you can't show me anywhere he has said he was going to put Bitcoin on the strategic reserve. What he said was he was going to put a committee together. He said he was going to release the Ross. He said he was going to fire Gensler. Did anybody remember Gensler's got just pushed out like a little bitch, and Lena Khan's right behind him, the FTC, that criminal? Did anyone applaud that? No CBDC is a big thing. Did anybody retweet? Thank you, Mr. Trump. You have done the right thing. Okay, please do if you haven't. Now, which one of you smart people out there, maxi, mini, or whatever, old guy, new guy, and I personally think we ought to just get away from all this stuff, okay? I will never be a maxi about anything. Every time I hear people that go off maxi, dude, it's so exclusionary. Every religion I've ever been in was a maxi. So in order to be close to God, you had to be a maxi. Okay? Well, I'm a maxi human, maxi free man, maxi free voice, maxi I'm Gary, I have an opinion, I'm here. The only and greatest thing I can do is create, imagine, and visualize the future. And today, in this very moment, I have a very tough time staying in the moment, like most human beings, and can get off track quite easily. And so I'm just going to make it real. Donald Trump made a decision to keep whatever digital assets we have, wherever that may be, and it may be, guys, maybe the U.S. government might have a couple of $1 billion in other assets. And maybe Donald Trump has said, hey, look, rather than being stupid and picking one winner, why don't I just take all the digital assets that are sitting around in FBI, CIA? Hey, we ain't getting rid of any of it. And now we're going to put a committee together, and we will now have time to consider, and we know there's 200 plus thousand Bitcoin. We will now have 90 days or so to come up with a plan, which brings me to another point. And let's just pretend that all you smart people who never considered the possibility that Bitcoin would be in a basket, among other things, that Bitcoin, some magical way in the year 2025, is such a virgin, complete, mature product that it could withstand and meet every need of every individual and every company and every entity and every construct or structure, financial derivative product the entire world could ever meet. Well, your egos, you're so narcissistic and self-centered, myopic, and without any kind of 30, 40, 80,000 foot view, that you have grossly misunderstood adoption and how financial markets work, or any other adoption market. But secondly, you've really not served your community well, and because you got too close to Bitcoin. And I'm just going to say it right now, okay? One, this is a blessing. A blessing was given to us by the people that tried to kill Donald Trump. And I think they're the same people that stole the election from him. Let me get this screen off. That stole the election from him. They're the same people. So I actually want to thank them for actually blowing it. For them actually blowing our last 4 years. And the reason I say that, it was very, very important that the other teams show how far they would go, how mismanaged they are, and how criminal they are. They took every step, and they've left breadcrumbs everywhere. So while they were busy doing one thing, trying to destroy Donald J. Trump and their entire family, anyone associated, even people like me, probably my brother and other good American citizens, people that are associated with me got hammered. While they were doing all that, they were not running this country. I was in Capitol Hill 2 days ago. There's no one in there. 20% of the damn place is occupied. 20% is occupied. 80% is unoccupied. But I guarantee you what, the shoeshine boy And the haircut facilities, those are in every building. And guess what? We're paying for those. Disgusting. So if you think that one guy who spent, who knows how much money defending himself against everything, but also the other team was trying to slaughter him, they weren't running the country. What I'm trying to get to is, man, we have an unbelievable opportunity here to fix things because they're so broken. But we're going to have to just like support this cat. And I'm imploring you to look at the big picture. So let's get to the strategic reserve. And what was the term that everyone's getting upset about? Let's see if I can find it. And if somebody can get me in the comments what I'm talking about. Trying to bring up David Bailey's feed. Let's see. I mean, I'll tell you another thing that's going to be really important is I wish they wouldn't do that on X. The next thing that's going to be very important, I think, is the self-custody rules. Self-custody rules. Okay, so we're 2 days in. We freed Ross, repealed SAB 21, established a digital asset stockpile. That's the word I was looking for. So he's calling it a stockpile instead of reserve. And he didn't use the word Bitcoin. Now, first off, it is not going to just be Bitcoin. It was never going to be Bitcoin. Would you rather it being crude oil or yen or US dollars than XRP? I don't care. I don't care if there's 7 of them. Okay, but it was never going to just be Bitcoin. Bitcoin's not ready, Freddie. It's not ready. It's 17. So it's not ready. You guys are out of your minds. It won't be ready for 8 years. And what we're going to do is that let all these other little tokens and jobs and facilities and activities, whatever purpose they may serve, utility or non-utility purpose. One, it's going to keep a lot of people busy. We're going to find out a lot of things about the whole digital ecosphere, what we can and cannot handle. I'm telling you right now, the United States Treasury Department nor any other division in the United States can properly audit a crypto P&L larger than $20 million. Can't do it. They do not have the capacity to properly and with proof certain win any audit that they ever attempt to prosecute. I've proved that in the last 4 weeks through this company that I own, Node 40. And that's one of the reasons I'm trying to get into Washington, D.C., because I'm proposing that I can help them get their shit together with technology that I built for them, built specifically as a standard, or I can just go to all the lawyers in the United States and all the mega players like the people that we're hosting with tonight, Coinbase and some other big, very big whales. Hey, we'll all use the Node 40 solution, and the U.S. government. On one client we have, will take nearly 3 years to simply be able to analyze the data, because this is math. This is math, man. It's 0.00. So there's a lot of stuff that needs to get built before Bitcoin's ready. And I think you guys may misunderstand or I'm most certain you have underestimated and don't understand adoption. And again, I'm not trying to be rude to you, but just because you have 10,000 Bitcoin, 1,000 Bitcoin, you bought it at $300 does not make you a messiah of how markets work or a predictor of how markets work or how governments adopt and begin, transitioning to other currencies. I think it was just extremely baggy behavior. That's a good one. I like that baggy behavior. In other words, literally your bags are influencing your story, and your storyline is Bitcoin's. We're going to put $1 billion of Bitcoin. Okay, now what we need to do, let Loomis do her job. Loomis has a good pitch, man. She knows what she's doing, and I guarantee you she knew that the other people were going to show up at the table. Don't be a fool, okay? These people understand what they're doing. That's why you have a lobbyist. And that's why these guys look, anyone there that's listening to this that says, hey, Gary could be helpful here, most certainly I could be. I will not beg for any of these roles. If I can be helpful, awesome. Okay, but this is never going to happen just Bitcoin. Bitcoin would fail miserably. If Donald J. Trump Jr. or Sr. were to ask me, hey, can Bitcoin do this whole thing? I'd be like, absolutely, yes, if you tell me exactly what you're trying to achieve. If you're trying to achieve only one thing, Bitcoin most certainly can do one thing. In fact, it could probably do two or three things. I'm not going to get into that. I'd be happy to get into that with somebody smarter than me, because I think I understand exactly what's getting ready to happen here. I mean, not exactly, but I have a very clear thesis of how this is going to move forward and have for some time, as some of you know. So, other thing, crypto reserve, Bitcoin reserve versus a stockpile. Why would we want to poke the Fed in the eyeball? We haven't sorted that out yet. I don't want Donald Trump going out and saying, hey, I'm going to tell the Fed that I'm going to step on their face and decide what we're going to put on the Federal Reserve and not. The Federal Reserve is a private entity, folks. If you haven't been paying attention, you need to back your Twitter spaces down and go back it down a gradient and figure out what you missed. Okay. Bitcoin is a digital asset. You can call it Bitcoin, but it's a digital asset. It's the greatest digital asset ever made. It's the greatest asset ever. Okay. But it's not ready to serve everything, everyone, and meet everyone's needs. There will be some other players that, and why wouldn't you want more players in here? Wouldn't you want some bullshit to compare yourself against? Wouldn't you want not only fiat dollars that we know are declining like a little beast every day? Wouldn't we want to compete against them and compete against XRP? Wouldn't you want XRP to take the place of some of these currencies if indeed they played a role? Or they could or if they either have all these banks or they don't. Like, I don't understand why you guys are all freaked out about it. Wall Street clearly is going to tokenize planet Earth. Bitcoin is not going to be used for digitization of planet Earth tomorrow morning. The sooner we can get BlackRock fracturing multi-dwelling real estate, commercial real estate, art, on steroids, equities, bonds, derivatives. Okay, we remove reporting and all the paper. Okay, all the non-standards that we have in a legacy world, terms and conditions, contracts go away. Why we need so many different terms and contracts? I'm selling my company to you. You're buying my company from me. I want this much. Thank you very much. We're at $105,000 and you guys are acting like you were expecting it to go to 180. You've been doing this for 12, 15 years now, okay? The panic, I mean, it's so childish. You've been right and so wrong. Okay, your timing, you have grossly underestimated the time it takes to get adoption, and you've underestimated the progress we're going to make. In fact, I would say that you've now missed both the timing of what we were able and capable of doing, which has been accelerated aggressively. And some of you even voted for a man, Donald Trump, that you didn't want to vote for. But now that you voted for him, do quit acting like you didn't vote for him. Okay? I've never seen a guy do more work in 2 days than this cat. If he fucks up, I'll be in his face, okay? I mean, I gave him $1 million. So I'm going to ask you guys to lighten up, chill out, take a breath, and let's remember what we're doing, okay? We are inside the net now. The whole goal was to be the Trojan horse. I don't care if some parasites are jumping on the back of the Trojan horse. If you don't think some rats were not in the Trojan horse when they hit the grounds, you're just not thinking. You're not thinking. We have Bitcoin at $104,000 today. Okay, that's a 20.7 million. Let's see, you got, you're a $2 billion market, a $2 trillion market cap. $2 trillion market cap. Solana is $40 off of its high. XRP is $3.11. And you guys are shitting on each other. And then you're bitching, by the way. Let's just go ahead and get this out of the way. The Trump coin, which I know nothing about. I don't own any. I knew nothing about it. I'm clearly not on the inside. What the first Washington dollar bill, the first dollar bill was, who made that? Who made the first dollar bill? Okay, cool. So tell me who made the first dollar bill. Can anyone tell me who made the first dollar bill? By the way, tell me whose face is on it. George Washington, dude. Georgie Washington. So, okay, the Treasury, Prometheus thinks it's the Treasury. If the Treasury made the bill, who's the Treasury? Is that just like a group of gonads, or is it actually a person? Because I don't really care if Donald Trump makes $1 trillion and his buddies on the Trump coin. I don't care. Okay? If he was releasing a little $10 coin, which almost every president has ever done, or a $100 coin with his face on it, you guys would buy it and pay a premium for it. If he sent out a meme coin with a baseball card on it, knocking out Joe Biden, and then releasing the Diddy files. By the way, I want the fucking Diddy files. That's what I want. I know who killed JFK. Now they're just admitting, yes, we did. We sinned greatly. I'm glad you guys have gotten used to it after 50 years. You knew we did it, but we told you no. Now you're going to trust us. Okay, I want to see Diddy. I want to see Epstein. I want to see Bill Gates go to freaking prison. And Fauci, dude, there has to be a way to deal with that. Cannot let any of these pharmaceutical companies get away with this. I mean, I'm not going to a doctor. I don't know how you could trust. I'm so empathetic for those of you who were pressured into getting the vaccine, did get the vaccine, gave the vaccine to your children. I have so much empathy for you because, and I'm just going to say it, I cannot imagine there's not a moment that you go to bed at night wondering what you're going to wake up to tomorrow. Like what part of your organ failed, and I'm really sorry, okay, but we cannot let this. You need to educate the rest of us. You guys, you know what? You're going to feel better about your position if you guys open your mouth and remind everyone, never let this shit happen again, ever. Never, ever, ever. Okay. Those of you that have been shot and you're not feeling well, you should scream at the top of your lungs. Okay. But you should tell everyone in your neighborhood, the doctors that told you to do it. Okay. They're either incompetent or criminals. Okay. I didn't take a Hippocratic oath. Okay. You take a Hippocratic oath, you better be competent. If you're not competent, you're criminal. Go to jail. I don't care how much pressure, dude. There's one thing, getting pressure and somebody sticking a needle in you. There's a whole nother thing, getting pressure to shoot the needle. That is evil. Okay. Like overt or covert, dude, it's all total. It's disgusting. Okay. So I don't want anybody to let up. This is why I'm pissed off at the Bitcoin guys. Hey, you guys that got 10,000 Bitcoin, why don't you grab 1,000 or 100 Bitcoin and file a fucking class action suit against the pharmaceutical companies? Go help somebody defend a case, dude, with all your fucking money. Want to put it to good use. See, and this is my point. Quit acting so immature, man. There are many issues that are bigger than Bitcoin. Literally, 1 in 50 people were talking about Bitcoin in Washington. I know it's important to us. I know it's a cool product. I know it's a great solution, but you guys are not making it easy for anyone. And the sad thing is you're misdirecting some people in the community, some younger people that want to be investors. It's confusing for them. We should be igniting them also to get into politics. So you that love to sit on the sideline and just yap your fucking lips and tweet, we got to get some people out on the streets. That's why I connect a bunch of people. I see a young 27-year-old kid going to school. I'm like, dude, why don't you go work for Vivek, man? Okay, there's some really cool people out there, and there's too few people that are actually coming up with solutions. And I can just all this confusion. It shows you how little we really are able to educate each other properly, guys. All right, so I did my 31 minutes, did 37 minutes. So the way this all came about was that I had done a recording earlier, but it didn't record my audio. So I feel so guilty for missing Sunday because I was in Washington, and I actually, if I'm honest, I drank too much. I stayed out till like 4 o'clock in the morning, and then got up at 10. Thought it was Saturday. On Monday, I'm like, okay, I got to go to my Sunday show, and I'm like, oh shit. But I didn't know one day from another. Quite frankly, I didn't drink that much, but okay. So what happened was that I was recording this, and it didn't do the audio. So I was like, okay, let me just do it again. I've done a little bit more than that. 4,000, almost 4,000 people here. This is really cool. Good to be back. I just had to unplug and I actually stopped listening to you guys 2 days ago. People were reaching out to me, hey man, where are you at? And I'm like, I would go on a space and hear some of this. And then I go on, the news feeds and see y'all complaining about Trump. Look, you can't possibly manage this guy every 30 minutes. Hey, what's happening? Hey, what's happening? Okay. And by the way, all the lobbyists should stop it too. Okay. Like all the engagement farming. Why are y'all doing this? Why does anyone care whether I see people? I have 140,000 people following me in 1 year. Like, why do you care? Why do you care, man? I don't, I just, anyway, let's give the guy a break, man. Okay. Let's give the guy a shot. I'm going to give the guy 4 years. Okay. That means I'm going to give him 2 years because that's all he's really got. I'm going to give him 2 years. If he does something really stupid, awesome. But not every infraction is going to deserve me slaughtering him. Now, if you voted for him and you didn't really want to vote for him, dude, swallow it up, okay? Get in line, follow the routine, because you don't have a better option. And if you did, you'd get off your ass and come run yourself. But I doubt that's going to happen. So I would like to run through some of these comments because I think people love being acknowledged. I certainly do. And when it's honest. Must Stack, good to have you here, buddy. CBDC, see, you agree. Digital asset stockpile. Hey, man, dude, we ain't got to fight with the Fed over that. Okay? He could never call that strategic reserve. He doesn't have the capacity to have the strategic reserve. He's got to go to Congress. But we can stack this shit up all day long as a reserve. We do it with crude oil all the time. We also want to take Greenland. We want to take Canada. We want to take every other country that's resource rich. And most certainly, we want the Panama Canal. And I guarantee you, Russia ain't going to lift a finger over the Panama Canal. KC Chiefs, good to have you, buddy. Good to have you. Jack of all trades is in the house. Thank you. I'm not going to read through all these comments because I'm a little tired. The mental reboot. I always do that wrong. Thank you for being here, bro. Darius, loud and clear. Thank you, man. We got Bitcoin Bull. Yeah, John Schneider the fourth. Wonder if he's going to have the fifth. What's good, Gary? Gary's good. Gary's good. Vince Thompson, good evening. Thank you very much. Gary Daly, my friend from Dubai. He's just coming out with a book. So you guys follow that cat. He's writing a book. I think he said one or two nice things about me. Glad to hear from you, Gary. Appreciate everything you tell us. Vincene's in the house. Hey, man, what's up? Bitcoin Bull's running. Yeah, man. He's done more than, look, you know what the only thing he hasn't done more of than the last three administrations? Cocaine, alcohol, and all the other drugs, man. I mean, that guy is a beast, dude. He is a beast. Ooh, Irene Denver. Beautiful blonde lady. Hi, Gary. Appreciate your thoughts and ongoing updates. Thank you very much, ma'am, for being here. And you're looking awful dashing today. Dr. Andrew Hansen, 100%. Thank you, man. We got, I'm curious, but what did Barron say to Biden? I don't even know that he said that to Biden, but who thought Mark Zuckerberg looked really, really, really uncomfortable? Didn't he look uncomfortable? What a piece of shit, dude. I still can't keep an Instagram account. I've had 5 fucking accounts. And what a piece of shit, that little punk. I want to see him go to jail, dude. I want to see him removed from Facebook. He's betrayed shareholders. I'm convinced there's felonies there. He admitted. How can the shareholders not be filing a class against him? Okay, how can that be? Because, like, if I was a Facebook shareholder and I didn't know one of your biggest clients, and by the way, they had a complete anal probe into every division of your company, like, that is material. You cannot tell me having the CIA, DIA, Taxman, the IRS, NSA, what the hell is the IRS doing inside of Facebook? Good question, huh? So you got all these divisions. First off, let's name everybody that was there. How much they got paid? What happened? What materials did they get? And then we can all decide, well, gosh, did they actually convince Zuckerberg to make Vincine and my friend Kelly Kuhn and Andrew take the vaccine? Because I heard the guy say he promoted information to support the vaccine and the COVID-19 response. So he's a murderer, dude. Okay, that's organized crime. Organized crime, RICO shit. Didn't he wear a mask all the time and show everybody he was a good boy? Oh, wow, he put on the show, huh? Wonder if he took that vaccine. What you want to bet he did not? I have $500,000 for anyone that can prove to me that Mark Zuckerberg took that vaccine. I'm pretty sure he did not. Google did the same thing. Okay, let's LinkedIn did the same thing. and everybody else that's in the social media space or has all that intel. Oh, by the way, and let's add, oh, hey, DD, let's add Visa and MasterCard. The two guys y'all never talk about that has all the information on you, Visa and MasterCard, that, by the way, cannot, don't even allow you in the system through Google if that doesn't work. Nice little club there, dude. They got so much information on you, they just, poof, goodbye. See you. They did it to Russia twice. Poof, every credit card. You can't. No result for Russian rubles, please, today. Yes, you must go to America. Get on your knees, and perhaps we will serve you. Did you see the report today? The German minister is a complete wanker. Excuse me, I'm just off the freaking grid tonight. This wanker is saying, we shouldn't get too comfortable with North American energy. And I'm sitting there going, yeah, because you got too comfortable with Russian energy that was being protected by NATO. Then they blew up 2 monster pipelines. You were buying the cheapest energy in history, dude. The Germans were buying energy so cheap it was stupid. We blow the pipelines up, and most certainly we blew those pipelines up. One of the greatest acts of terror outside of COVID-19, greatest genocide in history, and by the way, slow rolling, it is continuing to happen and will continue to happen. Greatest genocide, criminal action in the history of mankind with COVID-19, for sure. So the blowing the pipes up was like, poof, hey, it's only July 4th, let's blow some pipes up. And now the German chancellor is suggesting that we shouldn't get too comfortable with American energy. And I'm sitting there going, where are you going to get it from, bro? Since you don't have any yourself, they're gonna put up nukes, solar, and wind, and all of that costs an absolute fortune. Europe is done. Canada, by the way, this is happening, guys. Okay, like we are seeing the meltdown right now. Canada, guess who just pulled out of Canada? Was it Amazon? I think they pulled out all of. Let me find this information. Now, if you don't recognize this as a thing, who did I just say? Amazon, Canada. Look, this is a canary in the coal mine, okay? You start seeing major corporations pull out of countries. Quebec. This move involves the closure of sorting and delivery facilities in the province, leading to the loss of approximately 1,700 full-time jobs. Those would be expensive jobs in Canadian dollars. Well, maybe not. Maybe that's ridiculous. The shift will see Amazon relying more on third-party delivery services. Yeah, what you want to bet is, well, we're going to do this in America. That's what this is, dude. We're going to do this in America. TikTok, man. TikTok. Look, guys, I love you Bitcoin guys, okay? I like the finance guys, the Wall Street guys. We'll have a lot more Wall Street finance guys in, like me, if you guys loosen up a little bit, and let's think about the long game here. We have 2 years. He's got a lot to do. Bitcoin isn't the top of the list. It would be wrong for him to come out swinging with his, leading with his chin, telling the whole world what we're going to do with Bitcoin. Fuck the whole world. They don't need to know what we're going to do with Bitcoin, dude. We need to rock and roll. It is better for our country to do this strategically and tactically correct than us to worry about our bags. Our bags are going to be fine. Now, last thing I just need you to do. Well, 2 things. One's going to be really easy for half of you guys because I think you're still like so not trusting Trump. You're going to be nice to Trump for a week. That means you don't have to do the, hey, go out and be nice for somebody without them knowing anything about it. Dude, say something nice when he does something nice. Okay? Every time you criticize the guy, awesome, criticize him. Be wary, validate. However, when he does something good, For God's sakes, man. And let's compare it to what we had. And if you don't want to compare it to what we had, compare it to what you can do. Because I don't see anybody else standing up to do the job. So if you can do it better, awesome. He's looking for people. Two, if you think he's doing it a hell of a lot better than the old guys did, why don't we support him for 2 years? And I think Bitcoin will explode. We'll have a lot more fun. And there's going to be some other winners. I hope it's XRP, Solana, ADA. I hope all my buddies get rich, okay? And I hope nobody gets a rug pull. You should do your due diligence on everything you do, okay? And don't blame anybody for falling into a sucker's game. Frank the Tank, thank you. Scott, good to have you in the room. Justin Tomlin, Mech, my man Mech, he's in the room. Boomers are going to rinse the crypto bros. Yep, that's a very interesting point, okay? I don't know if you're saying that, Mech, because I said, hey, why you guys so... It was one of the more popular people, too, bitching about the boomers. Oh, I know what it was. Hey, why do boomers always talk with their speakers on in public? First off, I don't do that. Not everyone does it, but I got to tell you, I've seen some non-boomers doing it. I just thought it was very almost racist, almost. Call me an old man. Why don't you do that? But I'm rich, and we have 75 trillion fucking dollars. I'm boomer rich too, baby. I see Vincent laughing down there. That's the beauty of having people in the audience, because you can kind of see if people are laughing or not. But look, we are going to rinse the crypto bros. And by the way, Wall Street's taking over crypto because you guys couldn't keep your dick in your pants. You guys just had to go and not regulate anyone, not tell on somebody when they were doing bad things, and you let them piss all over the industry. And guess what? The U.S. government now has a probe up everyone's ass, and they're in control, and Wall Street is going to run the fucking roost. Your fault, dude. I told you this for the last 5 years. Regulate or be regulated. So the cool thing is, although you may not like the way I just said that, it's just the truth, okay? And I'm in a military experience here, okay? Like, I ain't got time to make it nice. Let's rock and roll, man. We can make some money if we understand what the landscape is. People are going to get rich other than us. Is that okay? Because any of you maxis, I mean, I guarantee you one thing you don't like is how few friends you have. You know, it's lonely. So I want a big old group of people with a shitload of Bitcoin. I don't care if you get it on XRP. I don't really care, dude. I'm most certain we are digitizing the planet. So hell, Sony's making damn flying airplanes, flying cars. Sony right now is developing a flying freaking car. Now, what does Sony have to do? I mean, maybe they figured out how to make sound propel something. So I'm pretty sure ExxonMobil is going to be in the digital asset space one day. In fact, I'll bet you that the United States government within 18 months will be making revenue. They will be selling things. What you want to bet? Trump has been researching and planning for this moment for 4 years. That is the most important comment I have heard made in a long time, dude. That's why I like this guy, okay? He has been planning while everyone else has been wasting their energy and their bowels and their resources over just trying to kill this guy and then hide all the shit from the past, okay? They have been doing that, but not doing any planning or management. And Trump's been like, okay, how do we, like, have you guys heard about what he did with his trust? Next level brilliant. Okay, we're not going to do it right now, but next level brilliant. Mech, if you don't know what I'm talking about, start looking at it because it's sick, dude. Everything is in a trust. Everything. The Pam Van says, Trump is doing great. Trump's here 3 days. You know what? We should be happy he doesn't get shot in the head. Seriously, guys. Instead of beating them up, you should go, hey, does he have enough Kevlar? I was sitting next to Chamath uh, going to an event, and Sky Dayton's sitting next to me or him, and I'm looking out the bus. I mean, we're going 1 mile an hour. Okay, I'm sitting here in a fast and furious. I'm sitting next to all these billionaires, and Chamath is sitting there. He's got a beautiful wife. There's a ton of great people on the bus, and I'm looking out. Chamath is looking at me, going, "Oh wow, you're a Bitcoiner, huh?" I said, "Yeah, how'd you know?" He said, "Well, you dress like one." I was like, "Dude, I'm a lot more comfortable than you, bro. Uh, in your fancy $800 shoes. I got my tennies on, man. I'm walking in the rain. I don't care what I'm going to see." Then I sat right next to an astronaut and had freaking half an hour to talk to this astronaut. 55-year-old guy just got out of a rocket, spent some time being an astronaut. Unbelievable amount of people. Anyway, I'm looking out the bus, man. There's 3 cats up 700 feet on the top. They got sniper weapons and all kind of shit. I was kind of like having a little bit of a relapse into being in one of my Fast and Furious shows, and going through the whole scene and bombs dropping. Anyway, went through one of those little mental gymnastics. Guys, I like ending with jokes and just like us all making fun of each other. Okay, the truth is, we're winning. We have a president that's alive. That I was watching his ear. I'm like, dude, that guy's face should be gone. It should have been gone. This is, and we should have won 4 years ago, which would have been a disaster. We weren't ready. He didn't, dude. He's got a team around him. These people are awesome. The energy, I can only tell you, the energy there is historic. It's like I could walk up to a 28-year-old, an 88-year-old on the street, in the hotel. Hey, Vivek, anybody that you would want to meet. We were all on the same wavelength and the same harmonic. We want something great for this country. And the truth is, when you really look at it, dude, this is it, man. This is the only country that could actually pull this off. And I think I have a lot of friends in other countries that are really, really wanting us to pull it off. So encourage, respect where respect is due. You guys, please, 4,819 people. Imagine if within the next 12 hours, we all go out of our way and do something nice for another human being or a group, and we don't take credit for it. Okay? And we don't take credit for it. Okay? It's our little top secret. Go do something nice for somebody. Don't take credit for it. And if it's more painful to do, you get more credits. You guys be good and be strong and support what we're doing here. This will require a cohesive tribe, guys. Thank you very much. Good night.